Hello, welcome back to another episode of Time Capsule Collectible Corner. I'm your host, Jason, and I have one of my collectible action figures to unbox and review for you guys and, show you what it looks like out of the package. It is Shao Kahn, I believe that's how you say it, Shao Kahn, from Mortal Kombat 11. So it's the Mortal Kombat 11 version of Shao Kahn. There's like a glare because the light's right above my head. But anyways, it'll be better when I flip around the camera. But it looks like this. Like I said in my haul of when I got this, I prefer Mortal Kombat 2 version because that's what I grew up with. That's what I'm nostalgic for, is that. But this one, I still like how it looks. And the scale is the McFarlane toy, so it's like closer to 7-inch. I kind of prefer the 6-inch because they all somewhat go together. However, he's always been like a bigger figure, so him being a little bit bigger is fine. Because he still like is more of an imposing figure, and it'll fit in with that. So we're gonna flip the camera around. I'm gonna get it out of the package, and I'll show you what he looks like. Some of his articulation and stuff like that. All right. So I'm going to add some extra segments. I don't know if I showed the box up close. Some people like to see it, whatever. So if you look at one side, looks like this. So it has like him kind of holding his, I guess I called it a Warhammer, but it's looking on Mortal Kombat, it's a Wrath Hammer. And then the back of the box looks like so, another pose, like that. This side just says Mortal Kombat 11. And it's got a picture of his hammer down there. And the top is like a little see-through window, so it lets light in once in the store. The front, I took the figure out already, but I kind of showed that earlier. And the bottom's just, I got it from GameStop, so it shows the price. And then his Wrath Hammer, up close. It's not one to focus on it. Let's see. Let's see if he wants to. There we go. So it's got the dragon in silver in that circle, and the hammer's in gold, a little spike on top, and then like a meat tenderizer thing going on both ends. Some little notches there, little lines on the hammer. The handle has some textured gripping, and then another point down there. Okay, and then it comes with a stand, like I already said. It just says Mortal Kombat, just a nice, simple stand with one peg for 1 foot. Okay, so we got him out of the package. It's kind of a hassle. They put like three things of tape on it. He comes with a stand. He's pretty stiff, most of his joints. I had some problems, getting some of them to move. His hammer, his war hammer, whatever you want to call it, went in his hands pretty hard. I believe each hand can hold it, but get him up closer. I just wanted to show like overall what he looked like on the stand. Now, as far as getting him to like try to hold it with both hands, I don't think that's going to happen with the articulation he has and with the range of movement that he has. I don't believe I can get his arms to come that close, because he has just looks like a normal ball joint here. It actually has a butterfly in it. If you look right there, there's a butterfly, and then it has a hinge, so it goes like this, and then his shoulder pad kind of gets in the way of his arm going up any higher. This is like attached to the arm, but you can't really, his arm won't go up on that one. His elbows have 2 joints at them, and it was pretty darn stiff. It's like I'm afraid of it breaking. It's like it has little clicks on it, and that other second one, because of this, I can't really, I'm afraid to do it. And his head, it moves around kind of down again, the shoulder pads, and everything's kind of in the way. His other arm, however, has more range because the shoulder pad only goes up that high. So it's the same. However, the ball, the butterfly, you can't really go forward on that because of this strapping. And then he has a ab spot here, don't really move. It's like stuck. And then his waist, I'm afraid to twist it anymore because it's not going. It feels like it's gonna break. And then he has like these on his hands right there. It's like you can see the ball. It's not even in there. It's not a peg. It's like a ball, and it doesn't want to move. I'm really afraid to move it. It twists easy, and this elbow moves up that one, but then, God, it's really hard to move. And then his legs, with all this skirting, can't really move it too much either. His knees have double joints, but again, it's going to be hard. I'm getting poked as I try to move it with that. Oh, God. You can hear it. It's so stiff. I mean, that's good for not wanting to fall over. And he does have toe joints. And again, he has those balls on his feet, which, twist and go up and down. But there's spikes, and I'm like poking myself as I'm trying to do it. I mean, the stand's going to help him stand up. If we take the stand off, I mean, he can stand up pretty good. But like I said, with his shoulder pads and his articulation, the strapping for it, like trying to move his arm, like if he has swivels here, but like trying to get him to hold his hammer with both hands, what's going on, it's not gonna happen. Okay, maybe if I could get his wrist, I mean, kind of go like that. And kind of get it like that. Like he's ready to do it. But obviously two-handed, going over top of his head and then smacking somebody down on top of the head, that's not going to happen. So you can kind of get both hands on the handle. I said, later on in the video that you can't. It's kind of hard to, but after working with his joints, I'm able to do it. So I got this pose. I'll be back with another one. Also, if he chokes up on the hammer, you can get him, posed, holding higher up by it, and then, you pretend that his hand comes down as he swings it. Or for closer action, he can hold it like this and do like a kind of like a bunt. So he can do that. If you get both his elbows to bend, you can kind of do like put it on his shoulder, both joints in his elbows, so you can kind of hold it just over there like he's, just taunting. You can do that pose. So overall, you can do a decent amount of poses if you work with the joints. You're getting poked kind of a little bit doing it, but I was able to, after the video I originally filmed, I was able to get more poses out of him, and he does stand okay. He is kind of top heavy, but without the stand, I've been able to get him to stand a little bit. But I mean, it looks good on a shelf. I like the design, like the skull with the ram horns and the spikes and his warhammer. Just how all his stuff combined with trying to move him, the tight joints, it's really hard to pose him. without hurting yourself and or potentially breaking the figure. I mean, obviously if you use like maybe a heat gun, warm them up before you try to bend them, that would be better. But yeah, and then the back of him looks like this because you really didn't get to see that. So he's got like a little, this is rubber, like a jacket on, like a jerkin or gherkin, whatever you call that, loincloth, hip guard, and then a different kind of loincloth there. You know, I like him with the Warhammer. I think they introduced that in the third Mortal Kombat, his hammer. And then he's always had like the shoulder pads and stuff. However, he went from looking like a bodybuilder, like a human, to looking more like a dragon. I think he's part of like the dragon race, because if you look here, he has like spikes on his arm. So he's like part dragon. And his mask, obviously, this doesn't come off. It's like glued on his head. He has red eyes in there. I don't know if you can see that. It's really hard to see. But he's got red eyes in there. And obviously this doesn't come off. I mean, you could probably yank it off, but then he doesn't have a nose, I bet, underneath there. But yeah, I mean, overall, pretty nice for what I can get for now. I hope McFarlane Toys maybe comes out with like a Mortal Kombat 2 version, because Storm Collectibles has a Mortal Kombat 2 versions, but their stuff is way more expensive. Yeah. Let me know if you like Mortal Kombat. What's your favorite playable character, non-playable character? If you like Shao Kahn, if you think he's cheesy when you go to fight him, whatever, and I'll get back to you. Until next time, have a good night and take care.